welcome to Divine Feminine Portals of Kemet. I'm here with Chelsea
Hello.
Uchel, and she's going to be doing our beautiful sound bath, which I'm super stoked about. And everyone
Mm.
this should feel super blessed because she's like a really beautiful sound alchemist, and
Thank you.
transmission that comes through is super nice. So it'll be
Thank
really
you.
sweet. And part of our intention with all of this is, of course, we're opening portals and those divine feminine portals, and in relationship to Kemet, which is the ancient name for Egypt. And to always, of course, everything is to sink deeper into our soul connection, our divine connection, and open that through the layers of our own body and open it through the layers of frequency, kind of uniting heaven on earth, uniting spirit and matter, coming together in this really beautiful way where we're really no longer separate and there's no longer suffering on the earth. That's our huge goal.
Yes, oneness. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you didn't know who I am already, which probably everyone watching this does, but I'm Brianna Wonderland and I am a clairvoyant healer, a sacred woman's embodiment mentor, sacred fire or holy fire Reiki master and teacher, and also Kemetic priestess, you could say, although I don't use that title so much, but let's just say Kemetic frequency holder.
Mhm. Yes.
Would you like to introduce yourself, Chelsea?
Yeah, so I do alchemical healing, and intuitive readings and Akashic record readings. I also teach yin yoga, and I offer sound healing, sound baths in group and private settings. And I've been doing deep listening work with clients for the past few years, which is really beautiful to listen to their inner guidance and hold space for them. And I'm super excited to be on this call and to be co hosting this trip to Egypt. I've been studying alchemical wisdom for a long time now, both with lab practices and internal alchemy, like the interpersonal alchemy. So I'm excited to be offering some wisdom there as well.
Yeah. And so this is an intro both for our little mini class or course, Divine Feminine Portals of Kemet, which is all about
Mhm.
opening up to our bodies, our feminine bodies as sacred vessels of the divine, and also doing that in conjunction with the Neteru, who are what we in English would say the gods or goddesses of Egypt. And them holding
Mhm.
specific frequencies. They very much hold a lot of sovereign frequencies that women really
Yes.
need these days. And to help us open up that pathway in ourselves, in nature, in culture.
Mm-hmm. And our sound bath today will be tuning into the Neteru, specifically Sekhmet. And Brianna and I can talk a little bit more about our journey with her. But she's been such a beautiful, strong guide in bringing us together and collaborating with us for the Divine Portals series that we're doing and the Mother Egypt retreat that we're offering in March.
Mhm. Yeah, so
Mhm.
we will talk about Mother Egypt retreat in March, and we are so excited to invite
Yeah.
everyone who listens to this to come with us to Egypt because it's going to just
Yay.
like totally mind blowing.
Yes.
Yeah, mind blowing, but also sensually fun and really deep. And will the bonds you make on trips like this are just so beautiful, and the openness to really share with other souls in a
Mhm.
journey like this is something that sometimes part of your soul has probably been waiting lifetimes for. And if you're meant to come on this trip, then you will be like unfolding into those layers of your own soul and those connections with others and
Mm.
also with the land of Kemet and whatever magic it holds for you, which has a lot to do with remembering ancient magic and remembering the time on Earth when there was harmony between nature and humans, and there was a beautiful reciprocity that was always being fed. And there was a harmony, and Maat, one of the goddesses of ancient Egypt, is all about harmony, divine order, and she was very highly revered and very utilized. Their culture was very much based on harmony and order, and how do we create that? And that's why they lasted for so long.
Mhm. Mm. Makes my heart buzz just thinking about mm, lifetimes coming together on a trip and the reuniting of souls in a soul group. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's been a huge part of my journey when I was 22 and I found an ancient Egyptian lineage that I was not
Mhm.
looking for at all. And they just kind of found me. It was just part of my soul's trajectory. And it was so beautiful to resonate in that way. And it's been a super huge part of my life, resonating with that and resonating with the mother. So through that goddess lineage of ancient Egypt, it was all about the great goddess, all about the connection with the pregnant potential of all life, all about that void womb space that is the mystical portal through which all of life emerges and then bursts into fruition. And the Neteru that we'll be connecting with are part of that bursting, that you could say Shakti in the
Mhm.
Hindu or lineage, that bursting through of that power of life, and then all these different creational elements that come together, creational forces, which are the Neteru.
Mhm.
And the ancient Egyptians were such beautiful alchemists because they were able to honor all these different forces of nature and work with them, all these different forces of creation, and work with them in different ways to create a pathway for divine embodiment.
Yes. Yes, indeed. It's really inspiring that we get to be a part of this lineage and carry it on in our own way with our own insights and connect with the Neteru on a personal level for the greater good for all of consciousness.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And in Egypt, in ancient Egypt, there was many, you could call them cults. We don't like that word nowadays, but it really goes
Mhm.
back to people who were in a devotional, let's say, sect for a deity,
Mhm.
um, and there was temples right along the Nile that we will be visiting that were devoted primarily to specific Neteru, and these places hold the resonance of that, and that's part of the alchemical process of when you build a place that is mainly there to hold a certain resonance, then it basically brings heaven to earth. That's the point of it, is to then be able to let's say be like a magnetic tower or like a frequency
Mhm.
tower
Like
that
a
like basically
conduit.
sends
Yeah.
that, yes, the conduit sends that through everything so that it can be even more felt on earth.
Mhm. Yeah, quite palpable. Mhm.
Yeah, so palpable. And going to the Sekhmet chapel in Karnak will be one of our visits, along with going to visit Hathor at Dendera, Isis in Aswan, Egypt, Khnum in his a couple temples to Khnum actually. Anuket, who is the cosmic flow that flows into the Nile, will be on the Nile River, which herself is a Neteru in a sense, and just a divine being and floating in those cosmic waters. So you can see, like, when I start to talk about it, the landscape comes alive because the landscape is living, and that's something we've forgotten on earth, is how to live with the livingness and the sentience of earth all around us as divinity. And when you start to honor that, then life force flows through everything, and then you're alive. You're like, wow, I'm alive and I can feel everything. Versus like in this society, we have stopped honoring those ways and the consciousness that permeates through all beings, and that creates a little bit of a zombie and disconnect mentality, and we no longer then we go to exploitation because we're trying to feed an empty void that should be filled with the beauty of creation. So Let me just sum up the catastrophe of human consciousness right now for you.
Mm, mm.
Yeah.
Yes, and there are pockets and portals of
Mhm.
times where we can access this divine
Mm.
frequency and feel it very strongly in our bodies, and that's part of the intention with the divine portals session, so
Mhm.
that we can open up a clear channel and we can feel that deep connection to the Neteru. And each month we will have different Neteru that we'll be focusing on, and the sound baths will support the embodiment practices, so that we have a really beautiful, super strong, clear connection. Will cut through the noise of chaos and just have a really quiet moment to meditate with them, and you
Mhm.
can ask your own questions, and we'll have intentions each month, and it'll be a beautiful primer if you are planning to go on Mother Egypt retreat with us. And if you're not, then it would be a beautiful moment each month for you to connect with your higher self, your soul self, and the divine Neteru as beautiful friends, as equal soul sovereign beings.
Mm.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one of those beautiful queens of sovereignty is Sekhmet that we will be connecting with. And
Mhm.
Chelsea and I really connected over Sekhmet and have been in a little group devoted to Sekhmet for some years now, and getting guidance from her and also being in a whole alchemical transformation with her, really transforming even like the cells of our body, and being digested and coming out and reforming connections within ourselves through her alchemical magic. She's also
Mhm.
known as a healer. Um, People know her often as sacred anger or sacred rage, but I would just say that she's like very powerful, and she is a warrior for the divine feminine, or a warrioress for the divine feminine. And she is very fierce, as lion mothers are very fierce. She's a lion headed mother, and but she also has a fierce compassion to her as
Mhm.
well, and very much a fierceness of taking care of her tribe. And once you start mentoring with her, you become part of her tribe. And that doesn't mean she has ownership or anything to you. That just means that she now is a fierce mother on your side.
It's a really neat experience. I will say it was pretty wild feeling the shifts in our bodies as we went through this year-long process with her, and whew, some days were intense. But it was like these purging moments where we really felt like we were being digested and disintegrated and reformed and enlightened, and it was beautiful experience. And to feel like a sisterhood was really beautiful to feel that forming over time with Sekhmet.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
we'll also form a little mini sisterhood in Divine Feminine Portals of Kemet. Also, men are invited. This is not just a feminine, like, it is based on the feminine body and everything, and we'll see who signs up for it. But I welcome men to join as well, because they honor the feminine body and they can learn so much about their own bodies and as well honor the feminine, which we desperately need too. And we, as women, part of the healing process is to feel honored by the masculine. And so we need to spread that to everyone, I believe, as well as honoring the masculine ourselves. But I feel like once we heal those parts in our own body of where we have not felt honored, and we need to come to terms with whatever pain has happened in our lives, then we can come to a softness, and we can come to, there are stages, right, of like honoring a wound, seeing it, going through the emotions of it, starting to kind of knit it back together in your own awareness, letting it come to some kind of completion. And that can be an energetic one. Of course, wounds have different repercussions in the physical body. I'll just say that. Like as a psychic healer, I look at people in like a nervous system one. There are traumas that have issues that when you have them at a very young age, they can cause ripple effects in your system, throughout your whole life. And part of that is also an acceptance and learning to live with that. And I think I hold the intention that everything can be healed in whatever that looks like in divine consciousness, which might not be what we want it to look like, oh, I'll be a
Mhm.
functional member of society. No, society is just broken, and like, that doesn't mean you're broken. And you
Mm.
might be healed and like be like, wow, I can't function in society because society is so broken, and now I'm very healed.
Mhm. It's an interesting aha moment when you have those experiences. I can speak from my personal life trajectory of really not feeling like I understand what's happening or feeling like I fit in and that I must be the odd one out or like something's up and then I realize like, oh yeah, I don't need to fit in and that's okay. I don't have to fall into the same day in, day out routines and the worries and fears. I don't need to be held back by them.
Hmm.
And at one time I was. And then when you realize that and you have your own awakening moments and your consciousness shifts, and that's part of the inner alchemy and the interpersonal alchemy is really truly shifting your reality so that your day to day is not what it used to be and you can't really go back and you don't want to go back. um yeah, it's interesting. Then you have this bliss kind of undercurrent that's carrying you along, and you have this trust with yourself and with your reality and with all the beings that are in support of your existence. So yeah, then you don't need to go back to being broken because you are whole inside, and it's that awareness of that divine self coming through in your human existence. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I love this term, invincible innocence.
Yes, I love that.
From the
Yeah.
Sophia Code, which I also
Uh-huh.
lead circles in, and in that, the invincible innocence, which is like, that invincible spirit that can never really be broken in any way.
Mhm.
And I feel like Sekhmet is actually a really powerful guide in that way,
Yes.
because is so she eats your fear and she gives you this fearless quality. One of her qualities is really inspiring courage, and that's why
Mm,
she was often considered like a war goddess, is because she would give warriors um, a fearlessness because they didn't fear death anymore. They didn't fear anything. I mean, when you don't fear death and you're a warrior, you got nothing to lose and you're like, people are scared. And so it's also cultivating this quality in ourselves. And once we let go of all those fears, then we really come into that oneness with spirit, because spirit doesn't have any fears anything, about anything that's going on this planet, about anything that's arising anywhere. It's just a current of existence that will keep creating endlessly because that's part of
mhm,
its nature.
mhm. Yeah. Mm,
Mm.
mm,
And for me, Sekhmet is also a protectress of divine feminine lineage on earth, specifically in Egypt and Kemet. But as well, I feel a protectress with anyone who's bringing back that purity of divine feminine inside themselves.
mhm, mm. Yes, and the balance of Ma'at.
Mm.
Sekhmet is a holder of that as well. So the greater harmony, the overarching bigger picture harmony of existence. That's a key aspect of working with Sekhmet. Yeah. And then
Mm.
realizing that we have um, certain emotions and boundaries that are our protectors within us and honoring those instead of negating them or saying like, oh, I don't need to think that way, that's kind of negative or that's maybe hurtful, but if it's coming up from your heart space, then it's something to trust and to realize that it's there as a protector. It's a tool within you, and that's part of her teaching.
Mhm.
Mhm. It's just yeah, stand your ground when you're called to.
Yes.
Mhm. And to
And
speak up.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. To roar if you need to. Be the mama lioness. Mhm.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
we really, really need in this day and age, that mama lioness. Which is one reason why Sekhmet is becoming quite popular in spiritual priestess circles, becoming the mama. And Egypt itself is considered a throat chakra activation point on the planet. And I really feel that when I go there is like I get a boost of my internal voice and like who I am and the expression of that through the world. Um, Someone told me actually right after I had left Egypt, I was talking to someone who was an actor, and they told me that I should read audiobooks, that I should be someone who narrated things because my voice was
Okay.
so like strong. And I was like, wow, that's a really interesting comment after I just came back from this activation in Egypt.
Definitely. I would listen to your audiobook
Oh.
narration.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
That'd be a lot sitting down to read, blah, blah, blah. But yes, thank you for
Yeah.
that.
Definitely.
Um, and we will visit Sekhmet in her chapel in Karnak on Mother Egypt, and it will be, I think it's on the actual spring equinox that we will be there in Karnak,
Mhm.
where her chapel is, and you will get to sit in her presence, which she is an alive statue since ancient times, and it's amazing being in her presence. I mean, you can look up stories online, and there's a million of them of people's experience actually standing there with her in person, and it's very strong transmission of her energy. And I've gotten to
Mhm.
sit there a few times and really experience that. And so each person will get to experience that on this trip. And, she brings something different to everyone because everyone needs something different. But it is along those lines of courageousness, sovereignty, speaking up, um, healing the heart. Mm, and also mysterious undercurrents that you never know how they unfold, when you receive a transmission.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of sacred mysteries and the unveiling of the tidbits as you need them in life. They will appear. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling like going into our experience.
Okay. Into
Uh,
sound. Yes. I'm going to turn my
I'm going to lead a little heart breath meditation that we like to lead before we do these things, like
Mhm.
opening that portal space and opening this space with Sekhmet. So it'll be like a little journey space. And do you want to kind of set up or get ready like right now, Chelsea, and then I'll start leading, or do it?
You go ahead and start leading because I will need to switch my mic to a setting for the bowls, and I don't want to interfere with your voice. So
Okay.
I'll do that after you finish the heart breath.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna remove spotlight on you and then put it back on you for the sound. All right. So wherever you are, just finding a comfy seat, getting comfortable in your space. Yeah. Really getting comfy, letting your space hold you, making sure any pillows are arranged exactly to your liking, letting yourself have that, not like, oh, I might need to be in this position because that's how I've been trained to be a meditator, or I'll just like look over this discomfort. No, I want you to be as comfortable and plush as possible. Just call it the Taurus full moon. Mm, yes, right? And as you start to get comfortable, start to close your eyes if it feels comfortable and become aware of your breathing. And just say hello inside to your body. Just say hello, body, and see if you get a response. Responses happen in sensations, not necessarily words. And just to open that portal of the body, because we're opening this divine portal of your own body, I'm going to do a brief body awareness scan and opening up to your sacred body, your body as sacred. So we're inviting that into our space, inviting our whole spirit into our body, and inviting this belief that our body is sacred. Just saying hello to your toes for a moment. Saying hello to your whole foot, both feet, carrying you around every day as you walk your path. And just thanking them, saying, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Thanking your ankles, saying hello to them. Thanking and saying hello to your calves and your shins. And just noticing as you say hello and say thank you, do you feel sensation in these places? And if not, it's okay. But we just want to keep drawing our attention back to the places in your practice as you go on in life, to those places that might be numb. That's part of this sacred embodiment, is bringing aliveness, and the aliveness of your intention and attention to all these places. Saying hello to your knees, thanking them, man, taking so much weight and moving you forward in your life. Saying hello to your thighs, beautiful, big, powerful muscles and femur in there, really strong, holding you upright. Blossoming into your pelvic bowl, saying hello to the blossom of your pelvic bowl as it opens. Letting your pelvic bowl and all your organs, all the sacred, sensual places there, hello and welcome. Holding your feminine or masculine places of creation, of creational potential. Welcoming your low belly and letting it just really fill up with your own air as you breathe deep into your low belly. And feeling that breath even in your low back as you breathe deep there. Letting yourself expand in the front and the back and the sides. Welcoming yourself here. And coming up the spine a little bit, welcoming the spinal column. Wow. Holding your, really your central column of your anatomy. holding all the nerves that connect your entire body and its communication system. Mm, saying hello to all your vertebrae, saying hello to your coccyx at the base of your spine, saying hello to your vertebrae all the way up to the base of your skull. Saying hello to your cerebrospinal fluid that flows in this spinal column as well. If you don't know what that is, that's okay. Just saying hello to the fluid within the spinal column, which really refreshes the brain, cerebrospinal fluid, and goes back to your first moments in the womb as it is formed from the amniotic fluid in the womb. Breathing deeply into your lungs, welcoming yourself and your lungs for breathing air. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. And letting those lungs expand on all sides as you take in the breath of life. And really invite breath as spirit, as the breath of life filling you and filling every cell in your body with that life force energy, with that prana, with that chi. Welcoming your chest, welcoming your breasts, that beautiful front facing body, those breasts that nurture, and you can welcome the nurturance of them. And if you're a man, you can welcome being nurtured by them. And of course, their beauty. Welcoming your shoulders, as well, releasing any burden that might be on them, the weight of the world. Just letting all of that go, coming back into your own original alignment with your own essence. Letting them be light as if you had wings, and the wings brought a lightness to your arms and your shoulders. Welcoming your arms, extensions of the heart field, welcoming your throat, this beautiful place of expression, your connection and inner voice. Welcoming your jaw, connection to your skull, welcoming your ears, welcoming hearing beauty, hearing goodness, hearing grace, hearing the whispers of your heart and the divine all around you. Welcoming your eyes, letting them rest back in your skull, feeling them drop back into your skull. There's a lot of pressure on the eyes in this society. Letting them drop back towards the center of your skull and welcoming the center of your skull, welcoming your brain, but welcoming this place of, let's say, the all seeing eye that's known as the third eye, this place of intuition. That you don't just need to rely on your physical eyes, you also have vision within that can see in the unseen. Welcoming the crown of your head, in this place of connection, and welcoming a gold light there at the crown of your head, like a flower blossoming into a divine nectar of gold. setting an intention there for just receiving your highest self and that which is in alignment with your highest self. And then coming back to the heart space, breathing into the heart, welcoming the heart, beautiful connector of heaven and earth inside your body. Take a deep breath into your heart space. And invite your heart to open a little bit, both in the front and the back, in whatever way feels safe to you and your body. And as you're here in your sacred vessel, in your sacred space of your body, your heart, the field around you, just yours, we'll ask Sekhmet as a guardian of this space and also as a guide. And if it's your first time connecting to her, just say hello inside yourself. If you're a visual person, you might see something in response inside. But just say hello and welcome to her. Say hello and welcome to courage, fearlessness, strength of heart, nurturing from a very compassionate and fierce mother, and protection. And as we go on this journey with the bowls and the singing bowls, we'll allow that space with your body and with Sekhmet to keep unfolding. And just allow the sound frequencies to carry you into whatever mystical place they do or whatever relaxing for the body that they do. And keep breathing into the heart space.
fully present. Start to wiggle fingers, toes, maybe stretch arms long. Then sigh and hum as you exhale. Maybe give yourself a hug. Thank you for going on this sound journey with me. It was beautiful and felt really good. I felt Sekhmet for sure, a lot of Neteru supporting us, calling in Mother Egypt land, the Nile. Yeah, my message that we are always divinely guided. Just ask. Just bend down here.
Thank you, Chelsea, for that beautiful sound
You're
excursion.
welcome.
Definitely felt myself in temples in Egypt receiving the medicine and receiving different light codes and going on the journey. It's very lovely.
Great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you to everyone for joining us here. Please join us for Divine Feminine Portals of Kemet. And also join us for Mother Egypt. And
Yeah.
Egypt, so I'll put that link in the chat, and as well, it will be wherever you see this video. And at the last page of Mother Egypt is the page to register for Divine Portals of Kemet as well. Thank you so much for joining us today. So much love and blessings. And
Yeah.
the
Bye-bye.
Neteru are welcoming you,
Yeah.
especially to come visit them in Egypt.
Yes, yes.